first I want to start by saying it doesn't make sense how good this movie turned out considering you shot it yesterday.
Yeah, no, it is. It's because we embraced everything, how crazy the world is. The world's turned upside down, and we just embraced that when we were making Lockdown. We were just like, the normal rules just aren't going to apply, any of the rules. We're just going to, it was starting with Steve Knight and I, on July 1, conceiving of writing a film set during the pandemic, and Anne Hathaway and Chiwetel Ejiofor joining the cast, and everybody had, like, we're all going through this experience. So I guess the film turned out as good as it turned out because, like, we all had a lot to say.
Well, one of the things is you guys are going to be the only movie that was made in 2020 about 2020.
Yeah, and it is a, they'll be making movies about 2020 forever, but, I thought we have the opportunity here to make a film while we're still living it, because that will obviously color the detailing of how the film is made. And some of it's like goofy and silly, like the fact that, like, the continuity of the hand sanitizers on their kitchen counter, the number keeps going down over the course of the film because my crew was stealing the hand sanitizer because we were making the film during the pandemic. And that's, hand sanitizer was at a premium. But also, I wanted to make the film quickly because I wanted to put it out for an audience that is still experiencing the lockdown and give them a chance to see characters they can relate to, but laugh and have fun and have a sense of hope for the future.
Well, one of the things that I think is striking about the film is that normally when you have a 2 stars, and like when you're making a movie like this, you will normally have such, the script's going to be like sort of watered down by the time you start filming with everyone giving input and, things are going to happen. But you guys, I think, filmed like the first draft. There was no time to like,
Yeah, no, I wanted to embrace that again. Like, you can call making a film under these conditions, a challenge, or you could call it an opportunity. And I said, like, when are we ever going to have a chance to just shoot a first draft? And I'm going to shoot it quickly. And so you're basically seeing the director's equivalent of a first draft. And, like, it won't be watered down and it won't be overdeveloped and over talked about. And the performances will be raw and honest because there isn't time to sort of overthink it.
I know I'm about to run out of time, but I have to talk to you about filming in Harrods, which I thought was so great because this is the only time you could do something like this. Can you sort of talk about what it was like filming there and, the big third act?
Well, it's the thing about Harrods is that Lockdown sort of grew out of the fact that writer Steve Knight and myself were sort of locked down ourselves and we were looking for a way out. We're like, let's write a movie and we'll get out of our homes and so it started, we didn't know it was going to, I didn't know Steve was going to write such a good script that, like, the aspirations for Lockdown would go way beyond just getting us out of our homes. But, we pretty quickly settled on the idea that it was going to be about a heist of Harrods. And we approached Harrods in mid-July. And again, it's not just human beings like you and I who are suffering from this pandemic and being locked down. Corporations are suffering. Harrods was suffering. So Harrods, which never, ever lets movies shoot, and if they were going to even consider a movie, would, say, like, give us a script and wait, 3 months and we'll get back to you. In this case, we said there's no script. We're only going to write the script if you agree right now to let us shoot there. And because of the pandemic, Harrods did something that was so unexpected, but everything about Lockdown grew out of the unexpected. Harrods said, you can shoot here. And so, you got to remember, as a filmmaker I was making this film during the pandemic. I was locked down. London was locked down. So I, as a filmmaker, suddenly being inside Harrods, which really is this, this box that has everything you could ever want in it. My personal experience walking around the store, filming there and being told you can go anywhere in the store and shoot anywhere. That sense of freedom I hadn't felt since the pandemic began, personally as a human being, let alone the opportunity to then put it on screen and see these characters who are suffering from being cooped up at home, having the chance to sort of get out and do something really crazy and outrageous, like try to rob Harrods.
I already got a wrap. I'm just going to say I think people are going to really enjoy this one. Congrats, and
Thank you.
until the next one.
Thank you. Nice talking to you.